The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, fellas. On the ready.
47, check right 47. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Yeah.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Space to maneuver at the 40. He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
49, check 49.
Two team spell. Look at me. Go. Now.
Looking to throw. Herbert. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He's going through a rough patch throwing the football. 4 interceptions in that loss last week. Opening drive starts the game with a pick here.
But we did spend time with the head coach and the offensive coordinator and asked them, what did you see on tape? What did you see on film? And they talked about mechanics, making sure that he gets his feet underneath him, doesn't overstride, does a better job taking care of the football. And I think they're as shocked as anyone to see the first one of the game here in this one.
Yeah, he needs to start heeding their advice. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. It's caught by Mike Evans. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
Set, ready. 60 outlaw. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Bravo. Let us.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
That's going to be a long day. Tighten up. Kill, dog. Hurry.
Now Spiller. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
He's coming. Double up, double up. Ready, go.
This is Spiller. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check 26, check 26.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
At the Bucs' 45-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 47's the mark, boy. 47. Check, 47.
2nd and 4. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lamb. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Running the jet sweep with Ridley. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
10 Lobo.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 10 yards, good for the Saints, 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. We're scoreless after 1.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Ready? 18, Gator.
That's not new.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and 5. It's Williams on the catch. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This is taken at his 4. Stiff-armed him. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Time to go. Night.
Go on.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
91.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. 30 base.
Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world.
Get it.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those three guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Counting down toward halftime on EA Sports. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He completes it to Evans. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
It's a gain of 11. Your Buccaneers first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Alpha.
He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Evans. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. There's Spiller. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you, but the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, let's get this. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Woo! He's checking. Crash. Check 3. Let's go.
2nd and 13. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
3. Watch 41. Hey, we got time right. 47 right. 47. Man. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
The final shot before break. Herbert, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This is fielded at the goal line. He's got daylight. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Hey. Both sevens the mic. Both sevens the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, check mic 47. Check mic.
From the gun, Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lamb. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
10 logo.
Let's go. Check 37. Check 37. Shift. Watch the shift.
Hey. Beat that.
A give to Camaro running right. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Mike's 47.
Hey, Alpha.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Stop here, D. Both sevens the mic. Both sevens the mic. Watch the backer. Watch the backer. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I'm here all.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
Pull it together. 80 weapon. 80 weapon. Let her.
They'll drop to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him up.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
47 Mike, Mike 47.
Man, I got you.
You're out. Deep rip.
On third down, Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Back now in Tampa. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, exit. Go.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
47 Mike, 47 Mike. Mike, 47.
It's our time.
Hey, echo.
Mike's 47.
Back to throw. Herbert. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Look at me. Zipper.
47's the Mike. 47's the Mike.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. I got it. 47's the Mike. 47's the Mike.
Smooth.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
And that'll set him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Get that quarterback, D-line.
Leo.
Say.
Bravo. Hey, wahoo.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Double dog.
Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hard.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. Back.
Hey, orbit. Now.
From the gun, Herbert. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Rush in.
Hey, Charlie.
On 4th down, Herbert. And the pressure gets to him again. Devin White. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Check hot route. Hot.
Pilot 64, weak. Echo.
Check right. Watching the 5. Yeah.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Cheetah.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Back 55.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
H3-2-18, chopper. Hayward. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Hey, alert.
Ready.
Back to throw here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, Delta.
47's the mic.
Forget it.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47.
Hey, lock it.
Tackle. Check, crunch.
Defense.
On 4th down, Herbert. And no, it's incomplete. The veteran Stephon Gilmore able to break that one up. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
25. Check 25. Bang.
They run with Spiller. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
He's not going to get me. Let's go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Rock it.
Check nickel.
Hey, seam 6.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
5.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call.
Mike's 47. Target.
From the gun, Herbert. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Come on, QB, come on.
Again, they run it with Spiller. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Okay, break. 21, Mike 21. Check Mike 21.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Saints' 30-yard line.
get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Buccaneers, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Up